Hello friends, I'm Heather Pace. This is Yoga for Strong Legs. Thanks for joining me. Bring yourself into a comfortable seated position with the backs of your hands resting on your thighs. Close your eyes, lengthen out through the crown of your head, and begin your deep Ujjayi breaths. Let the muscles in your face soften, relax your jaw, and feel free to set an intention for your practice today. Release your palms down now and begin circling around, leading with your chest. We're kind of arching and rounding your back as you circle around. You'll feel this into your legs, warming the spine. Move in the opposite direction now. Continue with your breathing, staying present here. Good. Come back to center. Let's move forward onto hands and knees now. Tabletop position, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and we'll take some cat and cow for the spine and the back. Inhale, arch, look up. Exhale, round your back, release the head. Inhale, arch, and exhale, curl the back. Inhale, shoulders down the back as you look up, and exhale, squeeze all your air out of the body. Back to center, push the hips side to side now, stretching into the outer thighs, the hips, and the glutes. This is one of my favorites. Feels so good. Back to center. Let's extend the left leg out behind and then squeeze it in. So we are warming up the legs now. Bending and extending. Keep your core tight. Arms are strong. Hold now. And then shift onto the left arm. Reach the right hand out in front of you. Core in. Hold, 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 and release both at the same time. Switching sides now. Extend right leg out behind you and bend it in. Extend and bend. Warming up. Good job. Hold now. Shift onto the right hand. Extend the left arm out in front of you. So find that spot to gaze on, to keep your balance, and release down. Now shift the hips back as though you're coming into child's pose and then come forward into table. So we're rocking back and forth, child's pose and tabletop. This is a good warm up for the thighs and the knees. One more. Hold here now. Curl the toes under and lift up and back into downward facing dog. First down dog of the class. Let's pedal the heels back and forth, bending the knees. Make sure that your fingers are spreading nice and wide here. All four corners of the hands are pressing evenly into the mat. The hands are shoulder width apart, the feet are hip width apart, and use your arm strength to push those hips back, creating length through the spine. You can rock side to side with the hips. Take whatever movements you need to open up. Lift your sitting bones up here, but squeeze your navel in. Here, lift the left leg up and back behind you and lower it down. So we're going to move lifting and lowering here. Keep those hips and arms squaring though. So the knee is pointing down toward the floor here. We're not opening the leg out. So we're working the leg. We're strengthening the arms at the same time. Good job. Back to center and down dog. Other side, right leg up and back. Up and down. Good. Holding. See, your arms are really building strength too. At this point, you might be feeling them. Nice strong legs. Back to center in down dog. Look to the hands and step your feet up and then fold over the legs. Slight bend through the knees. Relaxing in forward fold. So you can cross at the elbows here if you like for an even deeper release. Make sure that you're pressing evenly into the feet here. And let your head and neck completely relax. You can sway side to side here if you like. A little bit of a swing twist, very gently moving. Settle back into center. Come up halfway with the flat back, hands onto your shins now. So the core is really tight and strong. The legs are strong and the glutes are working. Hold, 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 and keep breathing here. One more breath. Hands onto the hips and then stand up. Tuck your tail under. Now come back down and then up. So down halfway as we just were and then up. So this is really working our hamstrings and our glutes. Tomorrow, your hammies might be sore. You might feel it. So we're strengthening and stretching at the same time. Make sure to keep your back nice and flat as you fold over, and we're only coming down 90 degrees here. Good job. Hold, 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 and come up. Good. Stand in Tadasana Mountain, the palms face forward, tuck your tail under. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, dive forward over the legs. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step back to plank, lower down to the knees and down to the chest. Point the toes. Inhale, up to cobra, using your back strength. Exhale, release, curl the toes under and back into down dog. From here, look forward, step your left foot up for high lunge here. Tuck your tailbone under. Bending at the back knee slightly to tuck it and then straighten the leg. We're going to bend and straighten here. A bit of a lunge. Take the arms up if that's available to you. Makes it a little bit more challenging. Taking the knee just a hover a few inches above the ground. Now shift onto the left foot. We're going to push the heel of the right foot forward. Stepping into lunge and then pushing the foot forward. So it's a balance and a strengthener at the same time. Good job. Few more. You're doing great. You should be feeling those thighs. Hands can be on the hips if you like. Hold now. Hold, hold, hold the leg up. And then pulse, pulse, pulse. Oh yeah, we are working. Hands out to your sides now. Cross the right thigh over the left for eagle. Take the left arm over the right arm, bend at the elbows and take the palms to touch if you can. So we're sitting low into the supporting leg, bending at the knee. Shift your hips and shoulders so that everything is squaring. And release. Standing tall now, fold over the legs. Bend the knees, one and the other, back and forth to completely release out here. Feels so good right now. And let your neck and head relax and soften here. And then come all the way up, rise tall, and exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, step it back to plank, lower to the knees and to the chest, point the toes. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, curl the toes, press up and back to down dog. This time we are going to step the right foot up between the hands. Keep the back heel lifting. Rise up for high lunge. Bend the knee, tuck the tailbone under, and then straighten out the leg. We're going to bend now at the knee, lunging down and up. Arms come up overhead if you like. It's always optional. Good job. You're doing great. Now let's shift onto the right foot. Kick that left foot through, pushing it through the sole of the foot as you kick it forward. Stepping back. You don't have to go as fast as me. You can go slower. You do what is best for you. Just make sure that you're still breathing smoothly. Now hold, hold, hold. Try not to shift yourself back. Keep the shoulders over the hips. Pulse, pulse, pulse here. The leg up, and then arms out to your sides. Cross the left thigh over the right. Bend down into the knee. Cross the right arm over the left. Bend at the elbows. Draw the palms in if you can. Sitting low. The lower you go, the harder it is, the more you're working. Make sure to keep your hips and shoulders squaring to the front. Unwind and stand tall, and then dive forward over the legs. Relax the neck and head. Shake it out, bending one knee and the other. Releasing the legs, releasing the back. Good. And then come back up. Tuck your tail under, hands down to heart center. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, dive forward and down over the legs. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, step it back to plank. Lower chaturanga this time. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Take the right leg up and back behind you, and then swing it through between the hands. Turn the back heel in and down, and cartwheel the arms up and open for warrior two. The front heel is in line with the back arch. The shoulders are over the hips. The arms are strong and straight. The palms are down. Gaze over the front hand. Strong legs. We're going to hold for a few seconds. You've got this. Keep your breath flowing to help you. I just want to remind you that you are magnificent. Say it out loud. I am magnificent. Now straighten the front leg. Take the arms up and then come back down to warrior two. We're flowing here. And as you take your arms up, take your gaze up, back down, in and out. Flowing, strengthening. Take the front elbow down to the front thigh. Lift your arm up and over the ear. Extended right angle. You can take your arm out in front of you for more challenge if you like. This is really working the core and the legs, or out alongside your right ear. So find a spot that works best for you. I'm keeping mine on my thigh. Come back up to warrior two now. Straighten the leg, pigeon toe the feet, and on your exhale, come forward and down to the flat back. Hands onto the floor, and keep a tiny bend through the knees to protect the low back. Work those thighs, so engage the legs here. Relax the neck and head. Feel the stretch through the hamstrings and the back. Shoulders are down away from the ears here. This is an ultimate pose for digestion because we have such a deep compression of the intestinal tract here. So don't be surprised if you let a little air out. Okay, let's pivot on the feet now, over to the right. The hips are squaring here, so take your back foot in a little bit, closer to the front foot if you need to square the hips. So draw that left hip forward. Rise up on the fingertips to create a long spine. Now bring the hands onto the hips and rise up, and then come forward and down halfway and come back up. So we're hinging and flowing up and down with the breath. The legs are your anchor here, holding you in place, working really hard along with your glutes. So make sure to keep the legs and glutes engaged. Keep that back heel pressing down into the floor. And then release your hands down, step back to plank, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. Look forward to your hands and hop or step up. Inhale, flat back, and exhale, fold, forward bend. Inhale, rise tall, palms touch, and exhale down to the heart. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, swan dive over the legs. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, step back to plank and lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, step it through, take the back heel in and down. And then on an inhale, cartwheel the arms open into warrior two. Look down at the feet to make sure that the front heel is in line with the back arch. The knee is over the ankle. The shoulders are over the hips here. The arms are straight and strong with the palms down. Good. You can get down a little bit lower if you want to work those thighs a little more. Take your gaze out over the front hand. We'll flow now. Inhale, straighten the leg, take the arms up, and exhale back to warrior two. So flow with your breath, getting down maybe a little bit deeper each time, if you like. Keep it fluid, keep your breath flowing. Good job. Front elbow on the front thigh now. Take the right arm up and over the right ear. Tuck the tailbone under. And then if you like, extend the left arm right out in front of your face or out in front of you in line with the left ear. So you have a few options, but we are working the legs. Create lots of length through the spine, and then release, come back to warrior two, straighten the front leg, turn the toes in, we're pigeon toeing, getting ready for wide angle forward bend. Interlace your fingers behind the back here, stretch, open the chest, look up, and on your exhale, come forward and down over the legs. Draw the palms together here, take that micro bend through the knees to protect the low back. Soften and relax through the muscles of the face. Relax the neck. Feel that deep stretch through the hamstrings and through the back. On your inhale, come up with the flat back. Hands onto the floor. Let's pivot now into pyramid pose again. So left foot is forward, right foot is back. Square those hips off. Drive the back heel down into the floor, so make sure to step that back foot up slightly if you need to square the hips off. Lift the sitting bones up, tuck your core in, hands on the hips, rise up, and we'll flow here. Come forward and down, and then up. So we're only hinging halfway down, 90 degrees. Use those legs, use your glutes. This is actually a total body exercise. Well, I guess our arms aren't working, but everything else is. Good job. You are amazing. You are magnificent. Remember that. From here, let's hold, halfway down. Oh, we're holding. Why am I doing this for so long? Hold, and come up. Release, halfway down, release the hands, step it back to plank and lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. Holding down dog for a breath, and then release onto the knees and sit back into child's pose. A much deserved child's pose here. Let your body soften and relax and melt down into the floor. Soften your forehead. Relax your eyes. Slowly roll yourself up and then bring yourself into a seated position with your legs extending out in front of you. Dandasana, staff pose. Flex your feet, pin the legs together. Take the arms up overhead and then hinge forward, coming into a forward bend. You want to keep length through the spine here. So don't come too far if it means really rounding your spine and your neck and head. Keep those feet flexing. all we're looking for is sensation here. And once you find that sensation, then breathe into it. Breathe into the stretch to help you open up even more. Doesn't matter how far you go. Breathe. Relax your jaw. Good. Bring your attention back when it floats away. Come up now. Take the legs wide open. Flex your feet. And then walk your hands out in front of you. Such a wonderful deep stretch into the inner thighs here. This is intense, so you don't have to go far. Flat back, long neck. Keep the toes and the knees pointing up here. And just breathe into it. See what kind of tension you can release out of the body with every breath you take. Let go. Coming to the end of our practice, you've done a fabulous job. Okay, let's take the legs back in now. Draw the knees together. And then roll yourself down onto your back. Nice and slow. Down we go. Setting up for bridge pose, walk your feet in toward your bum. The feet are hip width apart, arms down by your sides. And on your next breath, lift the hips up as high as you can. Roll the shoulders under the back. Interlace the fingers. Draw the palms together. Use your thighs to keep the knees hip width. And then see if you can relax your glutes here now. Taking all of the weight into your thighs. You'll notice a difference here. It really activates the legs. Good job. You're doing great. Keep the breath going. Come up onto the balls of the feet now, and then roll yourself down vertebrae by vertebrae. Take the feet as wide as the mat. Draw the knees in together, releasing the low back. Set the feet up again for one more bridge. Walk the feet in close to the bum, and then lift the hips up as high as you can. Scooch those shoulders under, interlace the fingers. Take a tiny bend through the elbows. And then see if you can relax your glutes, using all of your leg strength. Squeeze your navel in, which is hard to do when we're opening the front of the body, but see if you can do that as well. Roll up onto the balls of the feet, and then slowly roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. Take the feet as wide as the mat and windshield wiper the legs side to side. Good, nice stretch into the outer thighs, outer glutes. Good. Let's take the soles of the feet together now and open the knees out for reclining bound angle. Arms are down by your sides. You can actually kind of cup your thighs with your hands. That'll elevate them a little bit if you need to, or you can prop them up on blocks if that's more comfortable. Breathe down into the inner thighs and the groin. If you like, extend the arms up overhead. Take a little stretch, which is nice. Soften your whole body. Just really let go. From here, we're going to move into our final pose, Shavasana, corpse pose. So extend your legs down on the mat in front of you. Let the feet splay open. Draw your shoulders on the back so that your palms naturally face up. You can take your head side to side a few times, finding the perfect spot for your head to rest. Take one deep, full breath. And then fully let it go. No more thoughts about your breath. Simply relax and let go. This is the chance when we can fully integrate what we've just done in our practice. Soften and take it all in. So rest for a few moments. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, and maybe take a deep stretch up overhead with your arms, and then turn onto your side and come up into a seated position, or stay in Shavasana for longer. Thank you so much for joining me today, friends. Make sure to subscribe for more classes, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye-bye. Here are the friends that I got to practice with this morning in the park, friends. And here's my yoga mat. So not too far away. That was my view.